In this edition of Coffee and Conversation, we're joined by Lynette Tan, Executive Director of the Singapore Space and Technology Association, to talk about Singapore's endgame in the space race, from the challenges of growing a space industry from scratch to attracting the venture capital needed to reach for the stars.
Well, with every space mission and programs, we have to lift off from the ground. So SSTA is very grounded with its reasons and for pursuing some of these space activities. For a start, we are still relatively pragmatic in our approach, and for good reasons. We want to make sure we get the right momentum going and we build up the confidence amongst people for our country to pursue a space program. And so contrary to a lot of the excitement and buzz that space tends to stir up, we are still relatively moderate and conservative in many of our programs. They are focused here on a few key things. One, raising the broad-based awareness for the community and the public in space development, space programs, space technologies. And two, making sure businesses come together, they find the right business partners, the right business platforms to create a business agenda for their programs and activities. It used to be that you would require $250 million to launch a rocket. Now that could come at the cost of $200,000 for a small satellite that a competent research team could put together. I would confess many people would agree we deserve a pat on our shoulder for raising the awareness for space in Singapore. Before, if you were to ask someone to say, what are the top 20 industries Singapore should go into? What kind of jobs do you see yourself in? Nobody would list space, and they would think you're crazy, which was what they told me 12 years ago. But now when you talk to people about space technology, space capabilities, people are excited. They want to know what can be done, and they seem to want more of it. More than a decade ago, we started the Global Space and Technology Convention in Singapore. It was created and organized by my organization, the Singapore Space and Technology Association. A decade from now, this is Asia's leading premier space tech conference. We bring space leaders from Europe, France, Germany, England, Asia-Pacific leaders from China, Southeast Asian researchers and government officials, Indonesia, Malaysia, China, to Singapore to talk about what space and space applications and space business means for the community here. See, the reason why we were able to convene international thought leaders in Singapore through the Global Space and Technology Convention platform dispels the myth that you need to be a big country to be able to have a stake in the game. Now, it is easy to get distracted with big rockets, Mars mission, moon mission, but ultimately there is an element of space which is about people and capabilities, it is about knowledge, and it is about being able to work together so that we can all go further. So these are the areas that Singapore could focus in, things that are not land intensive and land sensitive. I think this would be very exciting for SSTA, and I think it would be very exciting for Singapore.